guys, it's me Ariel from Passion Community, and today is the second episode of Law and Arts. Well, you're saying into your mind by right now, why it isn't in August? Well, because the summer vibes will be too big if this episode wouldn't been in August. The summer vibes would get too long. So the second episode is in September. But the great thing about it to be a second episode is because we're going to look at how fall gets people creative, alright? So this episode goes for all the fall maniacs that are in there who actually does a lot of decorations, drawings, paintings, crafts, all about fall. So today, and I know there are some people on the internet, it's not that I know, but logically there are some people who ask how they get so creative. How does people get so creative with fall? How do they do it? How do they get their ideas? How do they think out of the box? Well, this is all we're gonna look at today in Northern Arts episode. It's not a tutorial, but it's more like a deep analyzation of how could people get so creative. I didn't search anything on the internet. It's all my internet point of view, and it's all that this series is about. I don't search things on the internet. I just express why I logically know about something and why I logically think of things and how logically the reasons could be for certain things in art. So now we could get into the introduction of how people can get so creative with the season of fall. Well, the first thing that could get people a lot creative is the elements that are around them. It's like this picture. You see there are a lot of trees, there are a lot of bright colors, and it's technically the bright colors that could get inspired to do a lot of fall stuff. But it's all because of visual things. If people didn't saw these, they won't do anything about it. They won't do any art, right? It's all about visual stuff. And people who sees this, they get what we're thinking about, what we're thinking in their mind of seeing this. It's like, oh, I could do an art about it. Or this isn't a question that artists, I'm pretty sure artists do when we're looking at something. How could I do with these elements? And that's how artists could get into the work. How these elements could work together. And well, fall does it for the artists. The artists, they look at the trees for like, oh, that's a good idea to draw or to paint or to craft with, but certain stuff that artists ask in their mind is, what elements should I add to this to be more like art and not simple, you know? And well, the more elements that could get the artist to actually draw some elements that goes with fall is how things appear in fall. And what things appear in fall that doesn't appear in any other season? First of all, the leaves. The color of the leaves in fall are just amazing. They turn orange, yellow, and red, and people relate those colors to fall because the leaves during fall turn that color, and that's why people do a lot of orange, yellow, and red stuff on fall on the decoration, and that we don't add it to spring or summer or Christmas because it's like, that doesn't relate to that. Those colors relate more to fall or Halloween. Red could fit with any season, just to say. But anyway, just the logic stuff. Also, the things that could get people more creative is what appears in the shops during fall. You know, like the pies, the pumpkin pies, or the fact that there's more fruit during fall because it's the season for it, because all the fruit are not pure. And since the fruits are more pure than they could get in shops. And That's basically what happens during fall. There's a lot of fruits everywhere. And a certain fruit that only appears in October are the pumpkins. Or in September. Well, at the fall season, pumpkins appear, but more during September and October. In November, there's less pumpkins. But people would do more fall things with pumpkins because pumpkins appear in fall. And now what you're thinking, what more stuff could get, what more things appear during fall? Cinnamon. Cinnamon appear more during the fall because people say it smells cozy in their house when there are cinnamon cinnamon scent in their house. So that could do something with that too. Well, and always artists always get creative with visual stuff. They see something and they're like, I could do something with it, or they ask in my mind, what could I do with it? And this is for everything, right? It's all about elements, it's about visual stuff. It's always about that. But in fall it's very particular because it's not a lot of stuff, it's just colors and shades. It's just leaves falling down, it's just dead lands. But it's just things becoming dead because of the winter. Not dead, but it's actually closed down because of winter. The earth is prepared. The earth prepares itself for winter. It's what's fall about. And also the name comes with the feel, with the leaves falling. Fall. Everything just falls for winter. And well, and not only the outside elements. It's actually the store too. Stores could get people creative too. When we see a certain object and certain product that only appears in the fall, we simply have to remind when it's a fall element. It's like cinnamon. Cinnamon appears more in the fall for some reason, and pumpkins. Well, we know why, because we can't get pumpkins normally because it's only something that could get pure for fall, and pumpkins takes a lot of time to grow into pure, so that's why it only appears in fall. And the certain stuff that I actually saw people doing is to do also florals for fall. And yeah, that is also an element to go down to. Those florals are something visual too that people see outside. And in the fall season, we see some florals going up. So we're like, oh, it's a fall element. So we all combine things that we see during fall. And that's why the people call it fall decor or fall drawings or fall paintings, because it's all something that relates to a season. But it's not that it relates, but something that appears during fall. So people are like, oh, this relates to fall. In their mind, it works like this. It's always visual elements, but also and I always say this, but I always say that during the video, it's always a visual stuff. It's always something that people see. If we don't see it, we won't do anything about it. Like, certain thing about it too. If people don't see in certain element in their life, they won't do any art about it. If people didn't saw, if people didn't saw pumpkins during fall, they won't do any art about pumpkins at all, that relate to fall. So that's why I say it's always a visual thing, because it's always about the things that people see. It's always about that, it's always about that. And now we're going to go deeper into, and I say the stuff that is logic, right, that people could get so creative. Now we will get deeper to this, and we will get to my theory about how people could get creative with fall, because it's not only visual stuff. It's visual stuff, because if you couldn't see certain elements during fall, they won't do anything about it at all. But let's go deeper into this theory, guys. Okay, now we have crafts and decor, alright? As you can see, it's like I said, pumpkins for them relates to fall. Flowers like that, they are more orange and more looking like fall. For them, it's fall. I said it. Because it's orange, it relates to fall. It's also about the colors. It's not about it's an element at all sometimes, just about the color. If we see during fall that the leaves are orange, then we are red, like the leaves are orange, red, and yellow, then we will do stuff toward this color for fall and says, oh, it's related to fall because it's certain color. If we do it in certain more color, if we do a different color, then it doesn't relate to fall at all. Well, I know that for some people that does non-traditional fall things. Not traditional. This is something we have to talk about too. It's always something about aesthetics too. If people likes blue leaves for fall, then we're gonna do that. It's always about aesthetics too. If people don't like orange during fall, they will do a certain color to suit their house style. And it's always about aesthetics too. You know? Some people will say, oh, rope for me doesn't relate to fall. For some people, buying rope and actually using it for decor, for them it's fall. It's always about something that people are comfortable with. You know, there's not any rules to do crafts and arts, right? For some people, oh, orange, yellow, and red, it's fall for me. I'm gonna do that this way because it's fall for me. Yeah, but it's not a rule. It's more about something that people think it's related to. And also, as you can see, those pumpkins could be blue, right? Right? You know, they could be black, they could be white, they could be green, they could be pink. It's really, for the colors of that, it doesn't matter, you know. Colors in something doesn't mean it relates to a certain thing. In spring, there's some people who could get some orange roses and call it spring. It's always about the aesthetics for the colors, right? But for the elements, it's what relates to it. If somebody saw a pumpkin and in somebody's house during spring, we're like, you're doing this fall stuff already? You know, it's always about the elements too. If people didn't saw a pumpkin like that during fall, we're like, you don't do fall stuff, you know. If people didn't saw a pumpkin there, but instead a bundle of colorful roses or colorful florals, we're like, you're not doing anything for fall? You know, it's always about the elements too. People don't care about the color. Not very much. I don't see people caring for the colors of that. Well, some people likes it traditional like that, but it's the style, traditional. And some people like it in a certain more style. The style doesn't matter. It's more about the elements. It's what I'm trying is about. It's always about the elements that we see in stores or what we see during fall. If you see a lot of pumpkin pies in fall, then we're gonna do stuff with pumpkin pie. If we see cinnamon during fall, which we actually see that some cinnamon during fall, we're gonna do that. If you see a lot of fruits during fall, then we'll say, oh, the fruits pointing a certain way, it's fall. You know, it's always about elements of what we see. The colors doesn't matter. Even though a lot of people say that certain color relates to this season, yeah, it's for a rule, it's for a thing, but people could actually put blue leaves for stuff. It could be fall. You know, the color doesn't matter. It's just about the elements, guys. Alright, so that to your mind. Also, the scent of candles actually relate to fall too. And for fall, people actually like when something is warm, because in the fall the temperature is warm, so people could get more warm elements for fall. That I think it relates. You know, the sort of popcorn. I don't remember the name of it, but pipe clone. I think we call it a pipe clone. I don't know, but certain things you see in a tree, you know, those kind of pipe clone thing. I'm just gonna call it pipe clone. You know, this those sort of pipe clone that we see in the trees. People relate that to fall because they see those things falling in fall. So for them it's fall. Or and we see it's all about the leaves, pumpkins, cinnamon. When people see that during fall, they relate that to fall. And it's okay that we do because it's their own style, it's their own thing. And so it's about the style too, right? The style or the sun decor get people thinking that it's fall, right? Right? You know, I get it. Also, something else are drawings. People like to draw this stuff too. It's always, and people who draw this stuff is because they want to get an idea of a drawing. You know, people who do crafts is because they want to feel like their house are in the fall season. Like they want to feel like they're really in the fall season. People who does drawings is because they like to see those stuff and we want to see it forever. So we'll do it in a drawing, and then when we will see it in our files or their stuff, then we'll say, oh, it's fall. Someone who does drawings is because they want to stay in certain style forever. You know, they don't want to lose anything from that, and they want to do a drawing to remember those things. And also, people who does drawings about fall it's for getting more ideas of something, which is why I do always drawings relating to what's happening during the month, because for me it gets more ideas for some stuff, and for some people doing fall drawings is giving them more ideas to what to draw, and it's okay, you know. Also, there are paintings and pictures of fall. They appears on Pinterest, on DeviantArt, Google, or any more drawing apps like Pinterest, DeviantArt. Sorry about that. It's always about visual stuff too. The paintings, people who does paintings about fall is because we really do like fall. We really want something that it's really, really there. We really want to have something that is permanent and something that we don't want to lose at all. Alright? It's also for some more great ideas. So it's about ideas. But people who like to do pictures of fall is because we do like fall. We really do. And if you want to have a picture to remember this moment. And to also to enjoy more the view of this during all the seasons. Which is why people do paintings and pictures about it in drawings. Because they want to see the season all year long. And they don't want to lose this vision. And also, this video is more about how people can get so creative with fall. It's also about the elements. Alright, remember this, guys. How people get creative with fall? Well, it's the elements that appear during fall, the vision, the view that we see the things that we see during fall outside, you know. And it's always about the style. If they see in certain style in stores during fall, and then say to themselves, oh, it's something that relates to fall. when we see elements during fall, we say it relates to fall. It's always about the elements, the visual links, and all those things. And it's the same for Halloween, Christmas, spring, stuff. If we're gonna do a knowing arts episodes about these holidays and how people could get so creative, yeah, it's the same things, but some holidays are different from others. For how people get so creative. For fall, it's about what we see outside during fall and the elements that we see appear during fall. It's more about that. And for different holidays, it's from something different. It's always about visual stuff, but it's always something different. So that's why I'm doing some episodes about that. Alright? And by the way, the next episode of Knowing Arts is how people get creative with Halloween holiday, with the Halloween holiday. And in this episode, just to warn you, it's a special one for Halloween. So stay tuned for that one episode. It's very special. And that will be it for this episode. And this question is also important. What do you think, guys? Do you think that those things I say make sense of why people get so creative with fall? Or do you think it's something else that gets people more creative about fall? Do you think it's about a certain element that you see that I don't see during fall? You know, you could comment down below about. You can comment about what other reasons that people could get more creative during fall. You can drop those reasons below. I could take them and put them in a community post or a video that I wrote all of the reasons of how people could get so creative with fall and why they're so creative, you know. But don't think about my theories about how people could get so creative about fall. For you, is it logic or not? Tell me in the comments below. Tell me everything that you know about fall. I don't know. You know, it's always to talk each other about something that we don't know and what we know, so we could get more. So we could know more stuff. Alright, that's it. Thanks for watching. Comment down below what's your opinion. Subscribe to see more. Share this video with anyone you want. Like it if you enjoy it. And all I said, I see you guys to our next episode of Law and Arts. And it's like a certain old friend that we know from the internet that got retired a couple months ago. It's all in arts theory. If you know what I mean.